The year is 2025. The global trade landscape is in flux, shaken by Trump's return to the White House and his signature trade policy, the reciprocal tax. If a country imposes a tariff on American goods, the US will respond in kind. A 20% tariff on American cars entering Japan. A reciprocal 20% tariff on Japanese cars entering America. Dubbed as tariffs for tariffs, it's the cornerstone of Trump's America First economic agenda. Trump argues that traditional trade policies have failed, leaving America vulnerable to exploitation. The reciprocal tax, he contends, is a necessary corrective to protect American jobs and industries. However, its implementation has sparked controversy and confusion worldwide. Donald Trump's worldview, honed through decades as a businessman, views international relations through a transactional lens. For Trump, global trade is a zero-sum game, where one nation's gain is another's loss. He points to persistent trade deficits with countries like China, Mexico, and Germany as evidence that the system is rigged against America. Free trade agreements, in Trump's view, have accelerated the decline of American manufacturing. The result, he argues, is shuttered factories, lost jobs, and a hollowing out of the American middle class. The reciprocal tax is Trump's weapon of choice in his self-proclaimed trade war. By imposing tariffs on a wide range of goods, Trump aims to inflict enough economic pain to compel other countries to lower their own barriers. Critics argue that tariffs are a tax on American consumers, raising prices and hurting businesses that rely on imports. They also fear that the policy will spark a global trade war, harming the very industries Trump seeks to protect. Whether this strategy will succeed remains to be seen. The seeds of Trump's trade war were sown even before he took office for his second term. On the campaign trail, he railed against unfair trade deals, often singling out China. Within days of his inauguration, Trump made good on his promises, including withdrawing from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The first salvos in the trade war were fired in April 2025, with tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. In July 2025, Trump imposed tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese goods, prompting immediate retaliation from Beijing. The tit-for-tat tariff battle escalated rapidly, engulfing the globe. Section 4. Calculating Chaos, the controversy surrounding tariff calculations. One of the most contentious aspects of Trump's reciprocal tax policy has been the methodology used to calculate tariff rates. Instead of mirroring the actual tariffs imposed by other countries, the Trump administration has adopted a more unorthodox approach. Under the current system, tariffs are calculated based on the U.S. trade deficit with each country. The larger the deficit, the higher the tariff. Critics argue that this approach is nonsensical and ignores the complexities of international trade. The Tax Foundation has been particularly critical, arguing that it is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of trade deficits. Furthermore, critics point out that the focus on bilateral trade deficits ignores the global nature of supply chains. The opaque and seemingly arbitrary nature of the tariff calculation process has created uncertainty and confusion for businesses. It has also raised concerns about potential favoritism and political manipulation. Section 5. A world-divided global reactions to Trump's trade tempest. Trump's aggressive trade policies have sent shockwaves through the global economy, drawing condemnation from allies and adversaries alike. The European Union, Canada, and Mexico have retaliated with tariffs of their own, targeting iconic American products. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has warned that the escalating trade war poses a significant threat to global economic growth. China, the primary target of Trump's trade war, has responded with a mix of defiance and strategic maneuvering. The trade war has also strained relations between the United States and its allies, many of whom view Trump's actions as reckless. The dispute over steel and aluminum tariffs caused significant friction between the United States and Canada, traditionally one of its closest trading partners.